Good morning, Trinity friends, and happy Wednesday in the Word with Miss Alyssa. So today we are talking about how love is number one. And our Bible story reading for today is going to come from Matthew 22:34 through 40. And I'm going to go ahead and read that. It says, hearing that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, the Pharisees got together. One of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this question. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? And Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on to these two commandments. And so in our Bible story for today, some important men wanted to know what the most important rule for them was to follow. And they were all about following rules. When they asked Jesus, they expected him to say something like, don't lie or don't steal. However, Jesus said something that shocked everybody. And Jesus told the people listening that the greatest rule of all is to love. And as you're sitting down with your tinies, ask them the question, what is something you love? Maybe you love your family. Do you love a favorite pet or a friend? Perhaps you're like Miss Alyssa and you really love desserts, like ice cream or cookies, anything like that. I love them. And it's okay to love all of those things. But Jesus said that the most important rule is for everybody to love God with all of our heart, soul, and our minds. And that means that we can love Jesus with all of our emotions, all of our spirit, and all of our actions. And he also wants us to love our neighbors just like we ourselves want to be loved. And loving Jesus and others with all of our hearts can sometimes be difficult. However, Jesus is the perfect example of love. Jesus was kind, patient, miraculous, and most of all loving. He loved us so much that he died for all the rules that we did not follow. So when you wonder how Jesus would want you to act, just remember that love is number one. And a fun activity for you guys to do is you can either do it with shaving cream or I would even suggest whipped cream. And when you're at the family table or a big space where you don't mind getting messy, you're going to spray it all over or smooth it all over. And I want you guys to write down words that describe Jesus. So maybe you could do like mighty or humble or king. And then you're going to write or draw in the ways that you can love God with all of your heart. Parents, I am going to let you know it's going to get messy really fast, but your kids are going to have a great time and thinking about all the words and ways that we can describe our loving Heavenly Father. And maybe think about the question, how can we love Jesus with our minds? And ask them, what is one thing you can do today to love your neighbors? And I would challenge that even further of talking about that and then go ahead and do that. Maybe if it's baking cookies, get your tiny humans together and bake cookies for your next door neighbor, or write them a note and drop it in their mailbox. Something, even the kindest gestures to let them know that they are loved by you. And most of all, they are loved by Jesus, our Almighty King. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time.